Good morning, day 33, I think. We're just about to set off at 7 o'clock. We're just about a few k's past Rossiter's. Looks like I got my buff on inside out by that label, but anyway, not too many people out here to worry about my fashion sense. We're not sure where we're going today. We want to be at Mount Lofty in, I think it's 2.5 days from now, so we'll probably walk about 35 k's today, I guess. We'll see how it all goes. It was a fairly warm night in the pines. The temperature is still saying about 4 degrees here at the moment, and we've got mobile service so we can check. 4 degrees with an apparent temperature of minus 0.5. And I'm suspecting as we walk down to that valley there behind us, it's going to get fairly chilly. Fog's down again. All right, I'll get walking rather than spin the camera around rather than look at my tired face. Yeah, that fog has definitely dropped. There was no fog last night. So I think that valley's going to make for some cold walking. We swing right up at that fence line there. I don't think I've ever seen so many sheep in one paddock. Yeah, Kiwis would be jealous of this, I reckon. There's even a few cattle down the bottom. It's a bit dark, I hope it's misty, I hope it's coming up on video. We're down in that valley we looked at before. It's actually not too foggy, the fog's lifting pretty quick. So we're heading over towards Mount Crawford this morning, I think it is. We need to find some water. Yeah, well, as he says, we need to find some water as he walks past a flowing creek. We need to find some water that's not flowing off farmland. Probably this morning sometime, but we go past the old schoolhouse and I'm pretty sure in about 14 k's, pretty sure there's a tank there. If not, we might have to drop off to Centennial Drive. We'll see what happens. We'll manage. We've got about 2 litres between us. And my breakfast is already rehydrated, so that's good. First bit of a climb of the day. The sun's up somewhere. Definitely not here. We're just climbing out of, I think it's Pewsley Vale. So we've been walking this easement, climbing up it for 15-20 minutes now. It's very nice walking up through here. I was saying to Simone, it reminds me of the human hovel tracking spots, this bit. We're out of the paddocks for a while, and onto another quiet road. Up in the cloud now. It's not as cold as it looks, although the bomb is saying it's like apparent temperature minus 0.5 this morning when we got up, but it didn't feel that cold. And even in that valley we dropped down into where I thought it would be really cold, it was cold enough but not outrageous. So all in all, good walking weather. At least it's not raining and it's not super windy. Be interesting if I haven't obviously had a chance to watch or listen to those videos from a few days ago where it was super windy and rainy. It'll be interesting to see if you can hear anything on those videos. 800 k's down, 300 to go. Time for brekkie, I reckon. I've been walking an hour and a half, and there's a nice little log over there once we get over this stile. We're on roads for a while. Now we're back on an easement, I think. It's pretty through this avenue of trees. Temperature's dropped suddenly like it did yesterday afternoon. Like suddenly, finger achingly suddenly cold. Bit weird. I think one of my local friends said Mount Crawford's one of the coldest places in South Australia. So we're heading there, so I guess it makes sense. Well, the sun's come out, which is good because it just got really, really cold. It's just after 9. We are heading back into pines soon. I don't think that's them. So we gained a bit of height. There's a flatland down there north of Adelaide. We're still kind of heading towards that old schoolhouse camp in the forestry area. Haven't reached the forestry yet. And then after that we'll be through Mount Crawford for quite a few hours. Well, we've just reached a high point. I don't know if it's the high point for the day. See the pine forest down over there behind the sheep. That's where we're heading next, I think, into those pines. Some kind of a telecommunication. You've got a little flashing light there for the planes. Needless to say, cell service is pretty good. Well, we're heading down now. I'm thinking one of these hills in the cloud on our left is Mount Crawford. I climbed it last time, I can't remember. Could be the first one there, although it looks a bit close. Anyway, the only way for us at the moment is down. It's actually, now it's warmed up 4 or 5 degrees. It's a sensational day for walking, which is just as well, because we're going to be walking till sunset today, I think, pretty much. So we're in the forestry land around this old schoolhouse camp. It's not all pines, obviously. We've left the tops of the hills kind of with native forest, and the trail kind of goes over the top. So I'm going over those hills now. We're going over those hills that we could see before, covered in cloud, fog. It's obviously lifted now. It's actually getting close to lunchtime. It's the tops of the hills, obviously, it's a fairly flat, but there's a few decent saddles in between that we're walking up and down. The vert today is going to be up there, that's for sure. Alright, well, we can't be far from this old schoolhouse camp now, wouldn't have thought. These pines are actually pretty nice walking. A little bit softer underfoot because there's a few pine needles down. So we're into the climb of Mount Crawford. We're through up the road, through the pines behind us there. Now we got the steps from hell to get up. Wow, this is tough. We've already climbed a fair bit to get to these steps. Now we got these steps. Oh. Looks like they've chopped down all the pines in this kind of native area. That's why it looks like World War II. Oh, some big steps. Whew. Fuck me. Oh. We've got the quads going. Alright, we're walking around Mount Crawford at the moment. We're following this roller coaster ridgeline, I think, now for a while. I think the next camp we get to where there's water is Chalk's Camp. I'm not 100% certain on that. It's kind of a bit of a blur, the forestry areas to me. Then we'll probably finish off the day with a long section of boardwalk from what I remember. Turned into a magic day. There's a little bit of water in the creeks at the moment. Sam whinges, or Sam complains. Sam doesn't whinge. She's an angel. Sam complains I don't get enough of the water crossings on video. So here you go. So we're still on Mount Crawford. I don't know what it is, it's forestry land, so whether it's state park or something, I'm not sure. Well, it's 2 o'clock. We're 20 something k's in, or just over 20 I think, for the day. Been a bit of climbing today. We're on Little Mount Crawford now, I think. Simone's got her headphones in. Listen to a bit of music. I'll steer clear of those trekking poles about this time of the day. They're cuties. There's a few in the background in the trees. They're all through here. Okay, so we've arrived at Chalks. There's a dunny over there, picnic area with a tank up there, and another dunny over that way. And a lot of families camping here. Music, kids, football. It's all good. We're heading off a bit. Another 3 or 4 k's, I guess. We'll find somewhere to put up the tents for the night. So I wonder they live here near the road. I remember this boardwalk, it goes for ages. A little bit of water this time too, there was no water last time. The only negative thing about this boardwalk is you've got the main road right beside you. So there's a little bit of traffic noise. I reckon it has to be the longest boardwalk in South Australia, though. We're actually, I think I mentioned, looking for somewhere to camp in the next hour before it gets totally dark. This bit of boardwalk looks a bit drunk, if you ask me. It's got a few camber changes. Looks like it belongs at Luna Park. Okay, day 33. It was a solid day without being crazy. We did just over 30 k's and about a bit over 700 meters vert, so there was a bit of vert in it. We're actually stealth camping in the forest tonight. We need to be at Mount Lofty in about a day and a half, so we're pushing k's at the moment, but all good. We have a plan for the end of the walk, which I'll talk about when we get to Mount Lofty and we'll get to Adelaide, I guess. Today was Mount Crawford. The plantation land's actually better than you think, because the track over Mount Crawford and Little Mount Crawford is actually along the tops is actually native forest. Looks like they don't have plantation forest up high, so it was good, better than maybe imagined. And tomorrow we're heading over towards I think it's Scott Shelter. We'll top up with water there, down towards Cuddly Creek, and then we'll see how we go from there. We want to make it that we've only got, say, 25 k's into Mount Lofty on 2 days from now, so we're just trying to work backwards from that. But it means we're in the Adelaide Hills now, more or less, so it means a fair bit of vert, so the walking's not as easy as it is in the mid-north sometimes. Alright, enough looking at me. We're just cooking tea, then it'll be an early night and early start in the morning. Okay, take it easy, see you tomorrow.